Rapper A$AP Rocky was recently slammed with assault and weapons charges in connection with an early November altercation with a former friend in Los Angeles in 2021. The rapper faced the court in Los Angeles earlier today regarding his shocking 2021 case, as the rapper allegedly assaulted someone with a semi-automatic firearm. So how long will he stay behind bars if convicted? Stay until the end to know how two leaked documents that surfaced on Twitter became crucial for the case. Rakim Mayers, who is better known by his stage name A$AP Rocky, faces 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm with potential allegations of personally using a gun. The Los Angeles County District Attorney, George Gaskin, announced that his office had filed charges against the rapper. Discharging a gun in public is a serious offense, which could have ended with tragic results not only for the person targeted, however for the innocent bystanders who were visiting Hollywood. Stated Gaskin in a statement. The office conducted a thorough review of the evidence in this case and has determined that the additional special firearm allegation was also warranted. Moreover, Mayers was detained at Los Angeles International Airport in April on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. He was later on released 3 hours later after posting a bond of about $550,000. Also, the Los Angeles Police Department reported a non-fatal shooting allegedly involving the famous rapper. Mayers allegedly pointed a semi-automatic handgun at the victim before subsequently drawing the weapon and firing twice in their direction. This incident took place on November 6, 2021, in Hollywood. Although nobody was killed, one round grazed the victim's left hand, requiring medical treatment. The suspect, as well as 2 additional party members, fled the scene on foot. The release by the Los Angeles District Attorney has described the shooting victim as Mayers' former friend. A$AP Rocky's arraignment has been scheduled for August 17th in Department 30 of the Foltz Criminal Justice Center. The shooting remains an active case, with an ongoing investigation by the LAPD. What happened to A$AP Rocky? Well, about 4 months after being arrested at LAX, his alleged victim, A$AP Relly, who is his manager and producer, who is part of the rapper's A$AP Mob Collective, had spoken out about the shooting incident. He had told Rolling Stone that he was lured to Central Hollywood, where the famous musician allegedly shot him. He then filed a lawsuit against the recording artist because he received multiple death threats as well as irreversible harm to his career in the music industry as a result of this incident. At the time of the arrest, A$AP Rocky was in the process of returning to Los Angeles on his private plane after a vacation in Barbados with girlfriend Rihanna, according to reports by NBC News and TMZ. So what is the case really about? The alleged assault happened on June 30th, and all the charges were formally pressed after 3 weeks in detainment. A$AP Rocky, or Rakim Mayers, and his associates, Vladimir Corneal and David Rispers, pleaded not guilty to charges of assaulting a 19-year-old resident of Stockholm. A$AP Rocky went on to perform at the Smash Festival in Stockholm, only to be arrested later that evening. The video footage, which was published by the tabloid Aftonbladet, appeared to show Rocky and his associates fighting with 2 men. And as the video circulated, the clips were posted on the rapper's Instagram account, showing a security guard who was telling the locals to stop following the artist. This was to provide Rocky's version of the events publicly, to show that Rocky and his associates had been acting in self-defense. While the rapper and his team argued during the trial that they were acting in self-defense, the court disagreed and gave them conditional sentences, meaning they could avoid jail time and then return to the country as long as they didn't commit a similar offense. The 3 men were detained for almost a month, and the court did not recommend further imprisonment. All of the defendants were ordered to pay 12,500 krona, equivalent to about $1,310, to the victim as compensation. How did this case proceed? On the 25th of July, the rapper was formally charged by Swedish prosecutors who said the events in question constitute a crime, despite claims of self-defense and provocation. They said A$AP Rocky and his associates deliberately, together in agreement, had hit the alleged victim with a bottle. During a trial hearing on the 2nd of August, the prosecutors asked the court for a 6-month sentence for the rapper. Presiding judge Per Leonard Brandt ordered A$AP Rocky and his associates to be released from detention pending the final verdict. A$AP Rocky missed his scheduled performances in Norway and Poland, jeopardizing his plans to perform live across Europe to promote his 2018 album Testing. A$AP Rocky's lawyer, Henrik Olsenlilja, who told the New York Times in an interview that a Swedish court had determined A$AP Rocky was a flight risk and had hence decided to extend his detention. A$AP Rocky appealed the detention in the Supreme Court of Sweden, which rejected it. A$AP Rocky reacts to the rapper's assault charges. In many early reports, A$AP Rocky had reacted to his former pal's assault charges through his lawyer, saying that he felt vindicated and that the justice system worked in his favor. Terrell Efron, or Relly, announced that he would sue for irreparable harm to his career in the entertainment industry. A$AP Rocky had previously found himself in legal hot water in 2019 when he was arrested and jailed in Sweden for a month for his involvement in a street fight which allegedly involved drug addicts. His legal counsel, Jamal Toussaint, had issued a statement stating that the manager couldn't be happier, even though he has been good friends with A$AP Rocky since high school. Moreover, the lawyer clarified that his client was not hit with the bullet during the alleged November 2021 shooting, however, claimed that Relly came within inches of death, and also that the incident left him with a significant psychological impact. In the beginning, the music producer felt that his case would be dismissed because of A$AP's status in the music industry. However, since his old pal was charged, he felt at ease as the justice system had been restored. While Relly didn't get shot, he came within inches of death, and the experience affected him badly. Relly's attorneys said that he had been the victim of online harassment, including death threats. Relly stated that his faith in the justice system had been restored because both the police and the DA believed him enough to file 2 serious felony charges against Rocky. But why is there so much interest in this case? Well, the conversation surrounding the case has had less to do with the alleged assault than with the government, as well as the celebrity campaign on his behalf. While he was in detention, U.S. politicians held a press conference on July 17th and called for the State Department and embassies of the U.S. and Sweden to work to free him. Just recently, 2 leaked documents surfaced on Twitter. One of these was written by a U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, who addressed to the Swedish Prosecution Authority on the 31st of July, just days before the trial in A$AP Rocky's case ended. In fact, U.S. media reported that O'Brien was in Sweden to monitor the trial. In his letter, O'Brien wrote that the U.S. government wants to resolve this case as soon as possible to avoid any sort of negative consequences to the U.S.-Swedish bilateral relationship, which implies that diplomatic relations between the 2 nations could face negative consequences if the rapper's assault charge was not resolved quickly. The second leaked letter, dated August 1st, showed the statement by Sweden's Prosecutor General, Petra Lud, to O'Brien's letter. No other prosecutor, not even I, might interfere with a specific case or try to affect the prosecutor responsible. Also, when a person is charged and the case is brought before a court, and only the court can decide during or after the trial, as well as decide whether or not to release the person or to decide on supervised detention, wrote Lud. Do you think Rocky should be acquitted? Write "Free Rocky" in the comments if that's what you think. And if you like this video, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.